Godspeed Weldon with you live from the McHenry VFW on 99.9 WYML. We are raising money for Veterans Path to Hope. I shouldn't say we are. They're raising money for themselves. We're talking to people like Paul here.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Paul?
I'm great.
Great day for this today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful outside, beautiful inside.
Yep. And that smell of that popcorn butter outside, oh my God.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's intoxicating. So, Paul, you're involved with Veterans Path to Hope. Can't speak. Tell me a little bit about yourself, how you got involved with them, and what you're doing now.
Sure. Okay, so I was in the Army for almost 21 years, and after I retired, I was bouncing around trying to find my way. I was having mental health issues with post-traumatic stress, anxiety, depression, those kind of things. And a job ended up bringing me up here, and I was living in McHenry, and I had heard about Veterans Path to Hope when it was called Transitional Living, TLS Veterans. I can't remember what it stands for.
Right.
So, Transitional Living Services, that's what it is. And they were located in McHenry, and so I went and checked it out, and they run a Wednesday night group every Wednesday, and where they provide food, and it's a bunch of veterans that come together and have dinner together, have conversations. Sometimes it sounds like a barracks in there, but they can be themselves.
Yeah.
And so I was doing that, and I was donating anytime I could and trying to help out. And then there was somebody there that told me, I think you'd be good as a counselor at the VA. And do you have any GI Bill left? And I was like, well, I've made it through college a little bit, but I think I still have a little bit left. And so I used another program in the VA to go back to school to become a social worker. And then I started working as a peer support specialist. And as a peer support specialist, I was able to help veterans that would walk in or call in and talk to them peer-to-peer, because it was veteran to veteran, and sometimes a veteran just needs to talk to another veteran. And so I would try to help them find the resources that they needed. And then I went further into my education, and now I work at VPH's Transitional Living facility out in Hebron, where we can house up to 20 homeless veterans, and they can live there for up to 2 years. And we provide them counseling, we provide them guidance in financial, try to help them get jobs and get back on track on their life.
So the Hebron Center is more about just keeping them off the streets while they're between residences?
Yeah, it's to give them firm footing under them to where they have a roof over their head, and that takes away a whole lot of stress.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
So where they can focus on, okay, what am I good at? What can I do to get a job, maybe a career, and get money coming back in? And what kind of habits in life can I change to live the life I deserve?
And it all starts with having a cot to sleep in and a roof over your head, right?
100%.
Right, because if you can take care of that, then you've got that settled. You can start working on the other things.
Right.
And that's where you guys come in.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. So you mentioned that you had actually used their services before you became a counselor for them, right?
Yeah.
How was the Veterans Path to Hope able to help you?
Well, it started out with, like I said, the Wednesday night group just giving me a feeling of belonging somewhere. There's a lot of veterans that when they leave the military have a hard time transitioning into civilian life because they don't realize that they have to adapt to civilians, not the other way around. And I had a hard time with that. And with the Wednesday night group, it promotes socialization as opposed to isolation. Okay. And So that's where it started. And then I was leaving one job and trying to find another, and I just didn't know where to go. And I asked them about, I went to their employment services, and they steered me towards Home Depot, and I worked there for a little while before I went back to school.
So it's got to be difficult going from that structured, regimented lifestyle in the military
Yes.
to living a civilian life where you have nobody barking orders at you, you have nobody telling you where to go, what to do, when to get up, and it was that part of the issue, was just trying to transition away from that structure of the military.
Yeah, a little bit. I'd been out for a while, but the struggle for most veterans that leave service is, in the military, they do everything for you. Mm-hmm. You'll wake up and shave and go to formation, and one of your leaders will come out and say, "Hey, you have a dental appointment on Friday." Yep, roger that, and you go to your dental appointment. Wow. You don't. If you live in the barracks, you're not paying rent. Housing is provided for you. You're eating at the chow hall or the dining facility, so you're not paying for food. So everything's done for you. All your appointments, things that you would never think of on the outside, if you're so used to things being done for you all the time.
So does Path to Hope help with managing finances too? Since you just mentioned how the Army is pretty much paying your rent, your food, and everything.
Well,
I mean, I know you get a small amount every month, right? A small amount of paycheck, but it doesn't really amount to much. But did they do anything to help you with managing your finances once you're out of military?
Veterans Path to Hope, they still run the Wednesday night group, and once a month they have a financial, I'm going to get this wrong, for lack of a better term, financial hygiene specialist that comes out and tells you how to manage your money. Or not tells you, but kind of guides you and suggests a way to do it. And, a lot of guys that go to these groups, some of them are smart with finances, and some of them just don't know. And you only know what you know.
Yeah, and they've never really had to deal with it before.
Right.
So that's all of those things you really don't think about that people leaving the military have to deal with. I mean, and that's just leaving stuff like PTSD out of the equation, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just the everyday stuff that Path to Hope helps with.
Well, if you think about it, when you leave the military, you lose a lot of things.
Yeah.
You lose your identity. You lose kind of your camaraderie, brotherhood, however you want to call it. You lose your purpose. And in the military, you always have purpose. So when you get out, you don't have purpose anymore, and you're looking for it. And purpose is everything. Yeah. I mean, you got to have a reason and an explanation as to why I'm here. What's the meaning of my life?
Tell me again, Paul. How can somebody get in touch with Path to Hope to help?
If you go to their website, it's veteranspathtohope.org, and you can donate. You can volunteer. They get food donations all the time. They get household goods donated, furniture donated. If you're somebody that's, say, getting close to retirement and you're looking at downsizing, veterans could use your furniture that you're not going to use for that second, third, and fourth bedroom that when you're going down to a 2-bedroom, But there's a lot of, and the thing is Veterans Path to Hope doesn't just help the veteran. They help the veteran and their family. So.
Gotcha. Well, once again, as I mentioned when I was speaking with Laura, in today's climate, it's even more important that people come out and support organizations like Veterans Path to Hope, because the veterans, things are getting cut.
Yeah.
Whether we want them to or not, they're getting cut, and we still need to be able to maintain these services and provide these services to people who really need them. So we are broadcasting live from the McHenry VFW. We're here till 6 o'clock. It's the 5th annual Spirit Pull. There is a small admission fee to get in the door, but it does go toward Path to Hope. And we want you to come out and support these fine people and, try out some of the different stuff different vendors that are here as well. Paul, thank you so much. And we've got more coming up later on 99.9 WYML.